Hey, we're back. Sorry, phone overheated, folks. Things are real. It is a day. Hey, I'm gonna get Mickey back. Hey, hey, we're getting Mickey back. The phone overheated. So we're gonna see what happens. Ba 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 ba. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay. Hey, girl.
I'm back.
The
I don't.
phone overheated and shut down.
Your phone did?
My phone did. It
Oh,
never does. And it just shut down. I was like, oh,
probably because you're outside.
probably because I'm outside. Yes. So I was like, oh, well, we had to cool it down. Thank goodness for baby bottles.
Thank goodness
Nice.
for bottles.
So what what I was saying, because I know we only have a few more minutes, but I wanted to like jump on and make sure we finish this properly, is what I guess, how would you say that people, especially in the country music community, individually can be less performative as allies? Like, do you think they need to be protesting? Do you think, like, let's say they don't have the ability to hire, they just work at a company.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you think they should be at the protest? Do you think they should be reading the books? Like, what would make them like make it less performative and something that's more of a lasting change?
Um, it's really hard for Black people to have to constantly tell people how to do their part.
Yes, I
Um,
agree.
I don't want to say how do their part
Hmm.
capacity that looks like for them.
Okay.
This is a this is a long process. It's not going to change tomorrow.
Hmm.
It's not going to change probably even 5, 10 years from now. But bottom line, hello, Francis. Um,
Hi.
but there's books. Why? Maybe even start with studying Black history. How about we start there?
Hmm.
There is studying Black history. Studied it in college. It was life changing for me because there was so much that I had no idea that
Hmm.
Black people contributed to our country. Because in high school, you
Yeah.
learn bare minimum, the very, very bare of the bare of the bare of the bare minimum. And basically, we get a chapter,
Hmm.
fit, and the rest of the history has nothing to do with us. And the reality of it is American history is so embedded and started with Black culture, with Black people.
It is. And we have such a falsified history in our textbooks. Like, even George Washington, everybody, I was talking to my sister about it, and everybody thinks that he had wooden teeth, and really he had the teeth of his slaves that he would pull and make dentures out of. And to think of how horrific that is, but we didn't learn that because they wanted us to think he was a great man. And yes, it was the time and what he did, but he took his slaves' teeth. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like that, like we should know that. We should
Yeah.
know the good and the bad of all of our history,
Yeah.
and know why a lot of like gynecological procedures have were tested on slaves because they didn't think, and black women because they didn't think we felt pain. And yes, America has benefited from that. Like,
Yeah.
let's tell the stories of the people that helped us. And I always say the book I recommend to people, I'm like, just read the People's History of the United States. Just read that.
Like start there. Like start studying the history that you don't know about. I didn't even know who Shirley Chisholm was until I'm in college.
Yes. Oh,
That is a huge problem.
it's a huge problem.
And we know American history, but Americans do not know Black history and how important Black history and essential Black history was and is.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, start there.
And even how you just said that, like, people know like American history, but they don't know Black history. But Black history is American history.
Native American history is above everybody American history, to be honest. Like, let's start even there. Like really get down to the bottom of where this history came from and how we are where we are today.
Yes,
once you do that, you will start seeing the systemic racism. It is just right in your face. Like,
it's everywhere. I love your example of I know you have to go in a minute, but I love your example of going to stores and looking at hair care products and realizing that there's a million, like there's aisles, sometimes 2 aisles full of just products for white men and women. And there's a little shelf for our hair. And let me tell you, we spend money, first of all, like, so you would be getting some dollars.
All of the money here.
Like, so it would behoove places to have a larger amount of products for our hair.
Oh my God. Like, honestly, I challenge everybody that's listening to this right now to go to any major superstore, grocery store. Just look, no matter what it is. Go to a superstore and look at the hair care aisle. And you will see a full-on aisle for hair products for people that are not Black. And for Black, clearly designated a shelf.
Yeah. A shelf for men and women. One shelf to total.
Layer of shelves, but literally just a little shelf. I remember I went to, I don't want to call these stores out, but I went to one of them and I was like, where is the edge control? Is there no control here? I was looking for that. I was looking for like a specific like conditioner, and this other Black woman was in the same aisle. She goes, "Girl, it's always been this way."
And that's sad that, like, when you're in the stores, like, people, I think a lot of the older generation doesn't have the hope. I think what we have and what we can bring to it as people in our 30s is hope.
Yeah.
Like, I always tell my dad, I have hope that we can change this in my lifetime, or at least for my kids.
I do too.
This is not my kid, but, you know, like, for kids.
To not harbor that same hate that has been instilled in all of us. You know?
Because I think we're beautiful. And I think every shade is beautiful. I think if you're white, you're beautiful. I think if you're Black, you're beautiful. If you're Asian, if you're Hispanic, I think that don't be scared of another color. Don't be scared of what you don't know. Learn what you don't know. I think it starts, like you said, with education. Like, learn what you don't know so you can see what's wrong in your community. Right, Ruby?
So everybody go check out the hair care aisles.
Go check them out.
That's actually any questions that you have. And that alone, why are we saying that Black Lives Matter? That alone will explain to you what we're saying. We just want to be included, considered
in the conversation.
People of color just want to be considered and thought about.
I'm so thankful for you, girl, and I'm so appreciative to be able to call you a friend and to be able to text you during these times and be like, oh, have some real combos. And that the music you're putting out is, and I say this as your friend, is the music that is needed in this world. Your voice is needed, and the reason people are paying attention is because you're speaking truth.
I encourage you to speak your truth and to be honest and live openly. It is so freeing to live openly versus the perfection culture that we have been brainwashed to believe that we need to be.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Fraser.
Oh, well, I love you, and I know you got to go take care of that air conditioning,
girl.
But we'll do another one of these.
Absolutely.
Like when we both have air conditioning and phones aren't, overheating.
Yeah.
And stuff. And just keep doing you. And
You too, girl.
Yeah. I love you.
I love
Give
you.
a hug to that husband of yours since you
I
know.
will.
All righty.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Say bye, Ru.
Bye.
Okay. Oh. Thank you guys for joining. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but you know, that's how life goes. And we will see you next week for another Jacques Talk.